I'm Joshua Simon.
I'm Sam Joe.
And we are the SG Boys.
That little gay podcast from Singapore.
Subscribe and find us on Instagram at the SG Boys.
What the actual fuck? How is it December again, Josh? How? And just like that, snap of a finger, we're inching up towards 2024. Like, I don't understand.
We have not sat together in a room together in a long time. And the first thing you start with, what the actual fuck? Which actually kind of sums up the year.
Right? Tell me about it.
Sums up the year, sums up where we are, the state of the world.
Yeah.
The world has gone crazy and we are beginning, rightfully so, with what the actual fuck. But
you know, we soldier on.
Yes. This is the point where you usually come in with a Mariah Carey silver lining lyric. We will make it through the rain.
Oh, right. We will stand up once again.
There you
on
go.
my own. And I know that I'm strong enough to man.
Your singing's improved.
Oh!
which is fascinating because you have been full on like booked as a drag queen. I imagine more than just lip syncing. You have to work with the crowd and everything. That's also like talking through the music. You're like straining your voice, talking through the crowd all the time. So I thought you would show up today with Joan Rivers' voice.
Oh my god. Whom I adore, by the way. Whom I adore.
Love.
Rest in peace.
Sometimes I wish Joan Rivers was here just give like a comment on like the state of the world and where we are.
Oh, she would have a lot to say.
Oh boy, yeah.
Yeah.
But then here you are with a fresh voice.
I think it's just, as Mariah says, you know, because someone once asked her, right, like, what's your secret to singing and everything? It's vocal rest. As a drag queen, because I lip sing a lot. So there's actually less of me using my actual vocal cords and diaphragm. So I am, I'm engaging my body in other ways, like my core in other ways and everything, more body language and stuff. But, maybe it's rest.
I remember there were definitely more than one episode in our season run through where your voice was like noticeably fried.
Oh my god, yeah.
Do you remember there was this one time?
I think it was after like one of the music festivals I went to.
Yeah, you were like that the whole time. But you tried really hard to soldier on.
I always do.
Come on now.
We all must. This year has been tough for a lot of us.
Yeah.
We're still here. We got to make the best of what we got, Yeah.
And we will continue to soldier on. I think that's like the perfect kind of like tie up to what we started the episode with, what the actual fuck. But we'll be okay.
Yeah. I mean, how have you been, Josh? Because like, we've bumped each other here and there, and like, we've done, obviously our past few episodes, we've recorded it as well, but with a lot of other people in the room.
Yeah.
But now it's just literally just you and me alone.
Which is like more nerve-wracking.
Why do you say that?
And it's been, because I think when we have guests on, we come in with that duty. We're gonna, amplify the event that they're doing, the cause that they're supporting, touching on an issue that relates very much to, like, my job when we do those episodes is to ensure the recording, everything goes well, and we represent them well. We don't really talk about where we are right now in our lives as much, but then now when it's just like, oh, you and I, it's like, this is like the origin of what this podcast is supposed to be about, which is our own stories. Because I think I've shared, like, I don't really go out to a lot of parties, and I just kind of keep to myself, or I keep to a few people, and my day job itself is also doing that, broadcasting rather than like reflecting out loud. So it's kind of like scary. It's almost like going into therapy session with Sam Joe.
I'm doing it pro bono, so honey,
you should
tell us all your troubles.
you should do like a drag show where it's also therapy at the same time.
I like that.
I mean, drag shows are also in some sense therapy for people.
In a way, right?
And the drag queens themselves.
I think any sort of entertainment, I would argue, is therapy.
Has that kind of catharsis, release.
Yeah. At the very least, there's that level of distraction, from your problems that you're going through.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to go into specifics, but in the middle of this year, like, I kind of went through a pretty rough time. Yeah, I kind of like found a lot of solace in watching other people perform. So I took a break actually from performing for a bit. Like, I did not have the bandwidth, but I kind of like dove into somewhat unhealthy habits. I was like binging Netflix like a lot, but even then, I started watching, what's that show? Glamorous.
You say unhealthy habits. It doesn't sound that bad.
No.
It's
it's
like
just
binge watch Netflix.
Because I was losing sleep because I was under a lot of stress, right? So I was losing sleep. I was not eating well. I actually was under a lot of stress. So I was kind of finding ways to distract myself from my problems. I guess it's when I started watching Schitt's Creek. Also took me a while, but I finally it's in all these little moments that I remember that, okay, life is bigger than my problems. Like, sometimes you just have to see you know, when you see other people, you see their art, or you even see how they portray life, right? Be it through these shows or through like live performances, you realize that, yeah, you know, sometimes we are so caught up with our own problems, we're in that bubble, the pressure swells up and you feel like, oh my God, I can't really deal. But for example, Schitt's Creek, right? The family is dysfunctional as fuck.
Yeah.
And my family is not perfect as well. It kind of reminds me that, hey, yeah, actually, sometimes if we take a step back and we don't take life too seriously, and we look at the fun and the good in it. I'm not like trying to trivialize people.
No, I get what you're saying, because I think escapism is something that I think I too have forgotten about, and I'm trying to remind myself of it, you know, because sometimes, you know, you turn on the TV, it's a lot of bad news, and heck, even on my radio show, I'm constantly reporting the bad news, and I have to sit with that bad news wherever I go, you know, and it's not a fun feeling. The kind of, even the shows that we watch is always like a mirror to the state of the world, and I understand how that can be very effective, but sometimes you just want to escape for a little bit and remember that I can just enjoy a show, and I don't have to just worry about the problems that I'm faced with. And escapism is actually really, really important.
What do you do to escape? You play games, right?
I play video games.
Right.
Honestly, that has helped so much. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like some medical evidence behind this, where like if you're going through some form of like even physical pain, if you are focused on a character that you're playing that is strong and powerful and they're on a mission or whatever, you kind of like transport your consciousness to that and you almost embody that person, that avatar. So you kind of forget even the pain that you're going through. So there are times where I would be in like a state of like my mental health would be rough, and then I play a video game and I just forget my problems for a while, and I just focus on being a survivor running away from a killer.
So you are kind of suspending reality for that moment in time. But what happens when the game ends and when you put down that controller?
It shows that like it is possible to kind of like step away from your problems for a while rather than to just embody that all the time.
Like what I touched on earlier, it's about suspending reality, because I mean, I just came out from reservist again. It's that time of the year, and I realized that my life in there, I mean, I'm still Sam Joe whether I'm in or out of camp. It's just Sam Joe in a different bubble, if that makes sense, right? It's me in my army uniform.
Is that also not drag?
And yeah, exactly, right? I mean, it's a gender performance to another extent. Me with like a separate group of friends, right, whom I don't see necessarily that often. But I'm still myself, but at the same time, it's like a different reality. Like our priorities are so different, right?
Yeah.
Or we have to, you know, complete what we need to do for this particular cycle. We work together as a unit to achieve that, right? I booked out the last day and I immediately went for like a drag gig, right? You know, so I guess what I'm trying to say is that it occurred to me there and then when I had to switch in and out so quickly, not just physically, my appearance wise, but my mindset had to change. Literally this hour, my goal was to complete my mission outfield, right? And then the next hour, I'm like, okay, let's pack my field pack, and I need to go back and change and paint my face, not with camo, but with drag makeup, because I'm gonna have to, oh my God, what's the song I'm doing again? Yeah, then I have to remember how to lip sync again. Like, we all exist in different bubbles from time to time, and we float from bubble to bubble. What is actually real, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean, this is very...
breaking through the matrix.
Yeah, this is getting very, like, it's a bit of a mindfuck, but it did occur to me, like, especially when I was going through my rough patch this year, like, looking back, I really felt like, oh my God, that was the end of the world to some extent. But when I was able to remove myself from it and gain perspective, realizing that this is not everything, right? This does not define me. I can actually just walk away from it.
Yes.
And I just felt so free, you know, like something lifted off my chest. Wow, now I feel like I'm in therapy, like you are giving me therapy.
No, but I'm learning from this as well. I mean, the funny thing is, you're going on stage to become a drag queen. You're probably going to mean that to someone else who went to your show looking for escapism as well. And then you become that release for the person in the audience who's watching you and escaping through your performance. Then they're going to go in there, like, you know, like it's like a cycle. It just goes on.
Right. I mean, hopefully, yeah, like if there is sort of like a paid forward effect, that'd be great, right? But it's not something I can necessarily control as well. Yeah. Right. And sometimes I will say, when I was at my darkest also, my headspace was just so fuzzy and cloudy that it could be the most exciting show or performance happening right in front of me. And my favorite song that I usually would just let my hair down and dance to could be playing right in front of me. But I would literally like zone out and space out. You know, just because I'm not in the right headspace, right? And then later I'll snap out of it. As Cher would say. And then I'll go like, wait, what just happened? Oh, right, yeah. It's funny how your mood can really affect your interpretation of things, right? That's why I go back to like, what is reality? Because usually you would really enjoy this, but for some reason, it's just not hitting the right spot now. Because
it's like inhibiting you from enjoying the moment.
Yeah, because then I get very bitter. I'm like, yeah, because like, of course Mariah, is so happy she's in her sweet fantasy baby. But what about me? She's had it easy compared to me, and like my life is so wretched right now, and I can't see myself crawling out of this quagmire. It's just a lot of ugly thoughts. Yeah. But I'm glad that for what's worth, zoning out and everything, like these things have always been a constant. Like they were there for me, whether or not I realized it. And I think more importantly, emotional support. Like I think surrounding myself with good people who have given me like very good counsel. I don't think I would have survived this year without them. Yeah, I don't know. I imagine it must be the same for you as well.
Very much so. But I do want to also highlight the point that, it's one thing to consume art, it's another to create art, and as you are benefiting from art itself, you're also going on stage and you're creating art, which is why I brought up that whole passing on thing. No one would have known that you would walk off stage and be in that state of mind, because people come to you, I'm sure they do, they come to you and congratulate you, say that was a wild performance, you're so brilliant and everything. But like what you said, when your head's all clouded, those compliments don't even sink in, but you continue to go on stage, you continue to perform, you put your wall paint on, you went on stage, you did your thing, and all you can do is just kind of trust that the art will reach whoever it needs to be lah. Yeah.
Okay. I feel like you are holding back. Like, how has your year been in that sense?
Not far off.
Right.
I was really focused on work for the first half of this year because I got a new radio show. I was ready to call it quits in radio. And when you're doing something for 10 years and it's like your pride and glory, and then you feel like it's time to go, it's a horrible feeling. Thankfully, I stayed and things were a bit different. So I was given a different show. So I really treated it as like, this is my last voyage. I've scheduled so many guests to come on the show. Every day we've got someone on, another entrepreneur, another artist. And I was giving it my all. So that consumed so much of my time that when it came to like, hey, where am I actually? Like, what am I doing? It was like a bit of a shock. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to try to go back into dating. And then I tried dating and I felt so stiff, as if like I didn't know how to open up again. I didn't know how to feel again. So that was rough. And then I had a period of like my physical health going to shit. Never Google what you think you might have. That's like the worst thing you can ever do, because I did that. I went eventually for surgery and got that sorted out. And thankfully it's nothing too serious. I did my first ever proper health screening since army period, when we had to do a health screening. But it was just like years and years of like abuse on my body, and then like, I'm so scared to find out if my levels are okay, and thankfully I'm good, so I treated that as, okay, now we can start to really not take life for granted and start to lean forward a little bit. And then I entered this sort of season of anxiety. I've struggled with depression. I've struggled with suicidal ideation. I've not really struggled with anxiety as much, and anxiety is where, similar to what you mentioned about clouding your reality of things, where things would be completely fine, but then my mind is telling me it's not, that someone is coming for you, this person hates you, and you need to do something about it, you need to correct it. So I'll be in a constant state of like my heart rate racing, and I'm looking around trying to solve every problem. And it's a crippling feeling, and I would get it in waves, and it'll go away and it'll come again, and I'm starting to be a bit better, to be objective. It's interesting, lor.
We got to count our blessings, Every time I, get a health scare as well, like you're talking about just now, oh my God, I really freak out. And then that's when you really actually know what's important and what isn't, right? Things become very clear. It's like, okay, all these other things can wait and problems can wait. But because if I don't have my clean bill of health, if this is as serious as Google tells me it is, then everything else really doesn't matter. I don't know. I feel like as we get older, you probably have felt this also, being in your 30s, every other month or so, right? Your body betrays you in some way or another. Yeah. It just, oh my God, now I'm like, my back is constantly sore.
And you're like performing on stage on adrenaline as well.
Yeah, and then now I recently had to see the dentist also, because I realized that, oh my goodness, I have like extra bone growing out on my lower jaw, but that's apparently like normal, but it's just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, am I mutating?
Growing out of your jaw is normal.
It's called Torai. You can go search it up. And it usually happens with people who like either clench or like grind their teeth a lot. So I probably have to go and like get it checked as well. And then right now, as you can see, I have this huge bruise.
Ow.
Fuck. On my knee.
From what?
Yeah, from performing lah. So
Did you do a death
and
drop?
then now, no, I didn't. I don't know why I did lah. I have to go watch the video. But anyway, it just felt right in the moment, right? Because my body takes me where it goes and where the music takes me. Now, actually, on the way here, I was walking from my place and I was actually limping a little bit because it has gotten worse. And so I'm like, oh, I'm just not the same person as I was before,
Oh
right?
my god, we've become lao gay.
I wouldn't say that yet. You speak for yourself. But yeah. But even then, what's wrong with that?
Yes.
Hey, yeah, we need to do a lao gay episode. And can we please invite real lao gays on so that we don't feel so loud? No, I'm kidding lah. But I mean, Asian mortality is something I think about on a daily basis.
Yes.
My body just can't keep up. It is what it is. Like, I look back and I smile because I'm like, at least I gave it my all when I was younger. And right now I'm just very thankful that I'm still generally healthy. Touch wood, of course. Like, please let it stay that way.
You look great.
Yeah lah. Cannot afford to take things for granted lah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And like where we are right now, even kind of talking about this, 10 years from now, we'll be envious of where we are right now. So the sooner we kind of like understand that, okay, this is just where we are right now and we should really enjoy it and embrace it.
I'm glad we are talking about this also because how can you and I sit in a room and not talk about pop culture shit, right? But a huge inspiration for me really is the woman who is currently in like her 4th decade of showbiz. And
Beyonce.
she's going in her 4th decade.
Mariah
we
again.
can go back to Mariah, but like Mariah debuted when, like 1990, right?
Okay.
Vision of Love. We're talking about someone who debuted in 1983.
By the way,
She's going around right now.
Samjo, you can have my radio DJ job anytime.
Oh, really?
You would kill
Okay, hey, when
the
you
airwaves.
take MC, you let me know. I'll come and do
You've
a
been on the
stand-in.
show with me. Super colorful. Okay, but Diva, 4 decades.
Celebration tour around the world.
You want to know something?
Yeah.
No,
Josh's face.
I know.
Josh's face. Like,
I'm
just
a huge Madonna fan.
Yeah.
But it's funny you bring this up. I deleted my Facebook. There was someone who was making fun of Madonna, calling her old, and I just stood up for Madonna and I just said, her work speaks for itself. She's beautiful. It started going in towards the back and forth territory, and I'm just like, I don't need this, so I just deleted everything on Facebook.
You just archive it or you just delete it?
Delete it.
Why did
everything.
you have to step down and back down on that one?
I just realized that I don't need to.
Okay, but that's just one person. Why do you let that one person affect you so much? So I'm not coming for you, but I guess I'm just experiencing secondhand anger right now,
Right.
towards that person,
Yeah.
who made you delete Facebook. Because if you think about it, what would Madonna have done?
Water off a duck's back.
Exactly. And like, you're right. She has nothing to prove.
Yeah.
I mean, at 65, I would love to see all these keyboard warriors go up there and do the same thing that, she's been doing for 40 years,
Yeah.
And she's now, 65, and she's not as nimble as before, right? And we recently saw her. Were you at a Rebel Heart tour when she came to Singapore?
I did, yeah.
Yeah. So that wasn't too long ago. That was like 8 years ago. But
It
even
was
then,
8 years ago.
Yeah, 2015. Can you believe it?
Stop it.
Yeah. I mean, I went down this whole Madonna
Deep
rabbit
dive,
hole also
yeah.
when her, celebration tour videos leaked, right?
Yeah.
And especially when she turned around and after Bob the Drag Queen introduced her and then she just launched she opened with Nothing Really Matters in that, a redo of her kimono.
Yeah.
And the lyrics were just so poignant, And yes, I'm not as old as her. I basically went Wikipedia the shit out of her and was like, okay, at my age, what was she doing in her life? And actually, that was around the time when she was doing kind of like mid-career as well. And her perspective back to perspective, her, her priorities and perspective in life had shifted. She had just given birth to her daughter. The lyrics of the song also spoke to that, right? It said, when I was very young,
nothing really mattered to me but making myself happy. I was the only one. Now that I am grown, everything's changed. I'll never be the same.
I'm a hardcore Madonna fan.
Josh, so you totally understand this. I guess because she's been around for so long, right? And inevitably, a lot of her older music was in my blind spot, I will admit. I didn't realize how meaningful that song was, and especially now. And she sang it again in, an opening night at '02, it was her daughter's birthday, daughter that inspired that song.
Lourdes, yeah.
And at the same time, she had just come out from the ICU, right? Like, you know,
Yes.
she almost died. She actually revealed that she didn't know she was going to make it. The doctors didn't think she was going to make it. She woke up with all her children sitting around her because that's how they actually thought she was going to die there and then. And I just, if you're so close, you're that close of a brush with death and you get up there and you still continue doing what you love, for me, like that's such an inspiration. And I hope that I will keep doing what I love to do for as long as I can. And that's the kind of spirit that, you know, I feel like Madonna really embodies. And shame on all those people who don't recognize that, especially that person who made you quit Facebook. She proves just the opposite, right? That you can do anything. Like, you know, it's not about how old you are. It's not about how you look. It's not about how many lemons life has thrown you. But you just gotta keep squeezing and keep going. And if you can make people happy in the process, whew, then that is a life worth living.
Look at you. I
Yeah.
think this might be my favorite moment of you ever on this entire series.
Why?
I've never seen you like this.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not saying that I've never seen that side of you come out, and it's so strange because, you know, we started this talking about how this year has been tough for you, but then we're closing the year with such clarity. Even though you may not fully feel that yet, or has not fully realized for you, but you know the answer is there, and you're able to spell out the answer. Now you just need to believe it, you know, and that's where I'm at as well. I'm coming up from that season of anxiety. I'm better at it, but I'm still shaking off that shadow. But yeah, year of comebacks, because even, you know, you look at Britney this year with her book, you look at Kylie Minogue with Padam Padam. That's another artist who's been around for a long time, and for her to even come out with new music and for it to hit the way it has.
Yeah.
And you look at Mariah Carey's season that we're in right now, and what she's gone through, her glitter years and Justice for Glitter, and like where she is right now. I think where we're moving towards is that we all have our rough periods, but there is light at the end of the tunnel, you know. Like it's like I was watching this video to help me with my anxiety a couple of days ago, and this therapist was saying in the video that, you know, when you watch a movie or you read a story or whatever, or even in the case of Britney and what she was going through, that was the conflict and that was the obstacle, right? But there is more. I was trying to remind myself that, okay, whatever that I'm going through, this is just the thing that's happening now, and then there is more. You know, and when we kind of like look at things from the bigger picture and try to see that bird's eye view, we are able to then free ourselves from that perspective.
Yeah. And remember that nothing really matters. All we need is love.
Speaking of love, I am in love.
Oh, you are? Oh, really?
I am.
Okay.
Actually.
Oh, see, I knew you were burying your lead. You always bury your lead.
You know, I said that I tried putting myself out there. I tried dating and I felt really closed up. And then I met someone and I started feeling a lot and it became so scary. And that also became harder on my anxiety. And then I realized, oh my gosh, I have anxiety attachment inclination when it comes to this sort of like secure, and then there's anxious, and then there's avoidant. I'm definitely anxious. The past couple of months has just been like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling again, but I'm so scared to feel again. Because you're like, if I'm happy, it means someone's going to take it away. That's the anxious part of my brain that I'm wrestling with. Anytime something good happens, a part of my brain starts doubting and starts being fearful. And because I'm afraid that I will act on this fear, I close myself up even more. So I'm trying to just say that I'm actually happy.
Okay.
I'm actually in love.
That's a good thing.
It's a scary little thing, love is.
Crazy little thing called love.
That was what I was trying to get to.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping me with the
It's
pop
okay. I
culture
got you. I
reference.
got you about the references.
Yeah. Are you in love, Samdro?
I'm in love with life. Let's just put it that way. Next question. No, it has not been a priority of mine.
Okay.
Although I probably should start prioritizing it. But hey, for me, it's like, if it comes, it comes. I feel like we're very different in the sense. I feel like a lot of friends that I have also who, they feel like they're their best in a relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy for them. You know, I'm very happy for you also. But I'm the sort of person who, I don't know, I feel a lot more free when I'm on my own. I'm a little bit of a #Miss Independent.
So you're like a bird. You only fly away. You don't know where
My
your
soul is. I don't know where my home is. By the way, let's talk about Nelly freaking Furtado. Nelly Kim Furtado. Okay, Nelly Kim, because she was named after a Soviet gymnast.
Did not know that.
Yeah. Fun facts, right? You gotta know your Canadian icons. No, I fucking love Nelly Furtado. And she's gonna be on Drag Race Canada as a judge. I think I'm a bit like Nelly Furtado first album.
Whoa, Nelly?
Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. Yeah. Whoa, exclamation mark. Nelly.
Whoa, Samjo.
Whoa, Nelly. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. Oh, we're talking about like whether I'm in love.
You know, they say that's when it happens, right? When you're not looking for it and you're like a bird and you only fly away. And that's when the other bird finds you. And then you're like, hey, Samjo, I went for one of your shows.
Right. And then you find out that, oh my God, I'm in bird paradise and I'm stuck. Oh, no. Newly revamped bird park.
Yes.
So it used to be called Jurong Bird Park. It was all the way in Jurong, and then now they moved closer to the zoo. So now it's in Mandai, which is also like freaking far. But never mind. For wildlife, I would travel. And then, you know what? I used to like the bird park. Okay, we're not going to get sponsored by them now, but I was a bit disappointed. I was a little bit disappointed.
I've never found the appeal of the bird park, whatever its name, because
Really?
it's a bird. They fly away and you don't get to see them up close. It's not like you're approaching a tiger in an enclosure, you know?
Oh no, like some birds would actually like fly to you. The lorries, you know, the lorry loft, especially if you have some like nectar for them. And some of the birds are actually quite unfazed because they're quite acclimatized to humans and their keepers. So you'll be surprised that they'll just be like weaving in and out of you, of your way. But that was more so in the old bird park. So now bird paradise, what I feel like, and I feel like it's happening to a lot of Singapore, is like it's just so like you walk into this particular attraction and it is sponsored by this particular corporation and it is all the boardwalks, wooden boardwalks that are so curated with the railings at the side.
Yeah.
And it's just so man-made. That was a bit of a I mean, what do you expect, right? You're going to like the whole idea of a bird park in the first place is curated, is man-made.
Yeah, it's an attraction.
But I really was expecting more of like an immersive experience. But it was still good bonding time with the family. And so...
Okay. Sentosa used to be very different. Remember when we were growing up, Sentosa was very rustic. You were like on an island. There was a monorail and everything. There was some attractions, but it's nowhere near what it is right now, which is like everywhere you go, they're charging you something for something.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, yes, extra. I don't know what it is with like all these add-on charges, hidden charges.
Wild.
But let's not get into that. We're sounding like, you know, two aunties.
I'm enjoying this.
It's like back in the day, last time, but we have become like that lah.
Yeah.
Like last time things were a lot cheaper. Don't you feel like things are so expensive now?
Yes.
Like fuck.
Yeah.
Honestly, like just now, I took a Grab share here and it was under $10. I was so happy. Because for the first time in forever, wow, my Grab ride was under $10.
Yeah.
Like, you know, unheard of, right?
Yeah.
Seriously, what does the boy have to do for plate of chicken rice that isn't more than $5? Like, I feel like very hard to find these days.
Cook. You gotta cook. I cook almost everything now.
But what if you don't cook?
And you gotta know where to go. So I have not eaten today. I'm just like, once I'm able to, then I'll go find something affordable. Otherwise, it would just be like, obviously I can just like deliver something over.
That's more expensive.
Exactly. So I'm just like, I don't want to spend that money. Go to 7-Eleven, pick up something, and then air fry something, combine it together. Yeah.
Do you have like a supper date after this?
No.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
He's overseas now.
Ooh. So can we, you know, I'm sure our listeners would love to know, since we're circling back to you again, because obviously this is like, if we were the tabloids, then obviously you're not going to focus on me lah, because like, you know, I'm single, like blah, blah. But it's all about the new romance in the house. So I'm just going to ask a few journalist questions. You don't have to name him due to privacy reasons, right?
Okay.
Like, you know, PDPA and all of that.
Yes.
But let me just ask you some quick fire questions. Pretend I'm Wendy. So first question. How did the two of you meet?
Instagram.
How?
I actually talked about this person on radio and covered their story without realizing it was this person, because this person kind of like works in the media as well, and I was kind of like talking about this person, and then when I found them on Instagram, I was like, hey, I remember talking about this person and what they do. We were just DMing each other, and then
But who slid into whose
I
DM?
slipped into
I knew it. Okay, but that's what I like about you, Josh.
I'm a go-getter.
Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people are too afraid. Please don't be ashamed, because I feel like you were a bit sheepish when you admitted that.
Yeah, it's kind of like, it's embarrassing sometimes, right? You
Why?
always feel like, oh, I gotta.
Why?
Because we all want to be the princess, to have someone run over and be like, hey, you know, but then, you know.
No, I feel like that's the thing in okay, maybe I don't want to say Singapore, but I feel like just a lot of people in general, even people who are seemingly confident like us, right?
Right.
A lot of people would assume that we would take a lot of the first initiative and everything, make the first move. But I feel like it doesn't always happen. Sometimes you let your inner saboteur think that, you're not good enough, or like, what if they reject you? But there's like such a huge fear of rejection, like just looming over you, that you don't even make that first move. But what I admire about you is that you actually, from time to time, pluck up the courage and you go for it. And sure, you may have some hits, some misses, some number one, some bubbling unders. Okay, the reference to Mariah.
Yeah.
But look at you right now. You're riding on a hit, possibly a bubbling under over.
Oh, this is my number one.
Ooh.
Yeah. Society celebrates the person being chased, you know, and I talked to this person, just wanted to be friends with this person, and this is the first time in the dating process where so much time is spent getting to know each other. I've never had that. As much as I am a go-getter, I'm also someone who rushes things. And this was something he picked up on very, very quickly early on. He's like, I already can tell you're going to rush things. So I'm going to tell you right now, don't do that. Okay, but I'm also going to like be with you. So don't feel like I'm abandoning you, you know?
Why do you think you rush things? Actually, that's something I've noticed about you also.
Fear of abandonment.
Right.
So throughout this whole period of anxiety was also a period of reflection and healing, and also confronting a lot of my own issues that I'm like tracing the roots of. And I have mad wicked fear of abandonment, for sure. This whole dating process has shown me so much about what my problems have been, but the incredible grace that I'm very grateful for is that he's always like, show me your ugly, which I know is a Gaga reference, but he was just like, don't show me the pretty side, show me the ugly, you know, I will do the same. Trust that I'm also still here. It's been very scary to do that, to like stand naked in front of someone, not just the physical aspect of it, but just be like, okay, this is who I am. These are what I'm going through. This is my anxiety. And I'm telling you that I'm going through anxiety. And I'm telling you that this is what my mind is telling me. And I'm scared to tell you as well, because I know that if I tell you, you're going to leave. And he's like, no, I'm not. I'm like right here.
What's the other song that would reference? Oh, yes, of course. Jennifer Love Hewitt. Bare naked.
Oh my gosh.
No one can take it.
No one has given Jennifer Love Hewitt the flowers that she deserves.
Right?
For that song, for her singing career.
Thank you.
Phenomenal.
She's such a good singer.
So good.
Yeah. I mean, I love Ghost Whisperer, but she had a banger album with Bare Naked.
It was so big, but no one remembers that freaking song. It's so good.
When I first debuted my drag, right, March last year.
Yeah.
So I actually did 2 songs. The first song was obviously Tata Young's Sexy Naughty Bitchy, Love Her. And the other one was Jennifer Love Hewitt's Bare Naked.
Yeah.
And because it's about being vulnerable, she imagines that she's running through the street naked and she's feeling like, oh my God, everyone's staring.
Oh my God, I remember how controversial that video was.
Yeah, when actually it really showed nothing, right? Compared to like the shit we see these days. Such a catchy song about, I guess, comfortable in your own skin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or it could be a metaphor for kind of like just showing people who you are, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Inside out.
Yeah. Honestly, if your partner or your loved ones can't accept you for all that you are, then do they really deserve you? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Actually, looking at the lyrics right now.
What? Did we get it wrong? Did we overthink it?
I think we overthought it, but never mind. I think that's what we took away.
Was it actually just a naughty song?
It's like, I feel bare naked and I just can't take it. I'm getting jaded. No, I just can't take it anymore because I'm bare naked and I know life's what you make it. Wish I could float away to some other day. So it's just her feeling conscious, like, you know, owning that vulnerability, which is also quite precious if you think about it. Oh my God, I tell you, our listeners are going, especially younger ones, who were not around when she was making music, but they're probably going, all these old millennial references.
See, that's one way you can look at it, or you can look at it as, hey, this is the cheat sheet right now to go and do a deep dive on some of these great songs.
I love a good comeback. I think like the theme of this episode is really
comeback.
I wish she would make a comeback. Oh, by the way, she's only 44. She's not at all.
Yeah. I know what you did last summer, Love. Not just the divas the megastars and celebrities, but also like ourselves. You can start off the year a certain way. Your life can go through a certain period, but then you can come back.
Interestingly, so I was in reservist like a couple of weeks back, right? This particular camp that I was in, okay, they put up motivational quotes in the toilet. So I literally came out of the shower one day.
How different are army camps now?
I know. No,
Motivational quotes.
You'll be surprised at who the quote came from also, okay?
Okay,
I tell you, wait, let me Google it so I don't fuck this up. Because it was a very powerful quote.
Please.
That was, right, like slightly shivering because, there's no heater, right? So the water was cold and I was showering at night, but never mind. I was just honestly like trying to rush to get up, but towel wrapped around my waist. And then this thing at the side of the wall just caught my eye. And I was like, what is that? Oh my God, it's a motivational quote. Let's read it. It said, failure isn't the end of the road. It's a big red flag saying to you, wrong way, turn around. And guess who said it?
Shaka Khan.
Very close, like in that A-list territory, yes.
One of our SG boys wrote that and was working in admin for the military and then had to come up with a motivational quote and then chose one of these quotes.
Oh, probably.
Like
Probably
one of us.
One of us.
Aretha Franklin.
No, but I'm pretty sure they have crossed paths as well. Yeah.
Gloria Gaynor. Cyndi Lauper. Cher.
No, you're getting colder now.
Michelle Visage.
Okay, this person has probably interviewed all of these people before.
Barbara Walters.
Oh, getting closer. Yeah.
Wow.
In the ballpark.
Oprah.
Yes. It was an Oprah Winfrey quote in the middle of this like SAF camp, like, in the toilet. It's super funny. I just cracked up. Like, honestly, it was hilarious. Yeah, who would have thought, like, but I feel like in a way, everything happens for a reason, and I maybe needed to see that quote at this stage in my life where I'm also kind of like, I feel at the crossroads, #Britney, and I'm trying to figure out what's my next step. In a way, at the end of the year, we're all at some crossroads one way or another. So it's kind of like, okay, if things aren't going so well, U-turn, it's okay. Just like, I know it sounds very cheesy, but sometimes you need someone like Oprah, or like you need like an SG boy to print it out and stick it up in the toilet for you to like, for it to really register, is what I'm saying, and like for it to sink in and go like, oh yeah, hey, maybe that's what I need to do. It's not the end of the world. It really isn't. It's not too late for a comeback.
I had the chills when you were saying that.
Why?
Because you just reminded us of like where we are calendar-wise with the year. Because you asked me, why am I so afraid? If I'm happy, if I'm in love, radio show is going well, health is going well, why am I so afraid? Right? We're at the tail end of the year. Christmas season of giving, reflection, Thanksgiving, and all that. It's almost like I'm holding on to the fact that, okay, I want this year to end, but I also want to get right so that I don't have to start next year feeling so anxious anymore. There are all these wonderful things and I want to appreciate it. I want to enjoy it. And even if things don't work out or whatever, I want to be able to like keep my chin up and not feel so afraid. And I want to start 2024 like this. So I'm trying to like get right so that I don't bring any of that shit over to 2024. Because just like you've gone through your stuff this year as well, and you don't want it to drag on. You don't want this narrative to continue to 2024. I want to also just be able to like let 2023 go and kind of like just step on it, Yeah.
I'm less hung up these days about like starting things on a clean slate. I mean, because so much of where we are, what we are now, comes from the knocks that we've experienced along the way. If I'm a little bruised as I am right now, or whichever part of my body or my heart, that helps me make better decisions going forward. Reminds me of all the U-turns I've encountered and not, this is not the road to go down anymore. I'll gladly carry that baggage with me,
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Thank you. Somebody please quote me and put me up in an army camp shower. Thank you very much.
This is why this show is important, not just like for the audience, but like for ourselves as well. Like
as important as art.
We need to like be able to come together as queer people and like share. Because like this is where I'm at, right? A mix of like love and fear. You're trying to tell me to embrace my Natasha Bedingfield bruises.
Yes, basically. Because you bruise easily.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I will take that. I needed to hear that. I come from like a work environment and everything where you're not supposed to show your bruises. You know what I mean? You're supposed to kind of like hide it. You're supposed to kind of like always be on a clean slate. You're always supposed to. So I think that's where so much of my anxiety comes from. That what if I fuck up? What if I make a mistake? You know, what if I ruin it? And then what if I'm abandoned because of that? That's where a lot of my anxiety comes from, where I cannot fuck up. Because if I do, then I'm going to lose everything and I'm going to lose everyone. So I'm constantly in a state of like heightened. I want to make an early resolution to not be so worried about the bruises and stuff.
And also remember that some things you can't really control. I'm not saying don't worry about it. Some things you can't help. But it really might help if you take a step back and go like, hey, if I can't control how person A reacts to me, or how situation B is going to turn out, why am I losing sleep over it? Like, it's really not within my control. And I think the moment that really sinks in and you really believe that heavy feeling would lift off you. It has helped me a lot. It really has helped me a lot. I'm like, okay, that one cannot control, right? Okay, don't worry about it. You know, I'll worry about it later. Cross the bridge when it comes. If you start worrying about every single thing, like you're just gonna feel so overwhelmed, and like you're not even gonna appreciate what's in front of you at the moment. And right now, if what you have, like you said, like you know, it's something that's going well, and what you have is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, don't let all these other things like mar it. Right? It's not worth it.
Come on, Guru.
Yeah. Actually, I mean, you're welcome.
You're feeling your
That
oats
would
today.
be $556 before GST. Thank you very much for 1 hour of consultation.
I like where you're at.
Maybe I should be a life coach. Yeah.
No.
Okay, wow.
No, but for real.
Wow,
thank you
okay,
for
that
no.
hesitation right there.
For real, thank you for that. No, thank you for that.
Yeah, I mean, always available for chat. That's what I always extend to my friends. Lord knows that's how I survived this year, right? Because my friends were there to hear me out and give me advice and talk to me. Basically, just hear me out when I really needed them the most. And I feel like that's the least I can do also for them in return.
I'm Joshua Simon.
I'm Sam Joe.
And we are
The SG Boys.
That little gay podcast from Singapore.
Subscribe and find us on Instagram at The SG Boys.
The beliefs, views, and opinions expressed on this podcast are attributable to its hosts only and are not intended to malign any religion, ethnic group, organization, company, or individual.